All right, everybody, what is happening? So normally we do these on Friday afternoons, but we got a little delay this week. So it is Tuesday, and I have the pleasure of having Rick and Dusty with me from United Financial Freedom, and we're going to call this, obviously they call it the Money Max account. But we're going to figure out what that is. But just a quick sort of introduction story. I was speaking a couple of weeks ago at an event that Dusty had for realtors, and Rick was speaking when I walked in, and I absolutely loved the product that him and Dusty have. So before we start talking about that, I want to introduce Rick and Dusty to everybody and say hello, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello, there you go.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely.
No problemo. So, with Velocity Money, for a lot of my audience, they understand that my goal is to help 10,000 everyday Americans retire using real estate. And, we've just recently added a month ago, and I'm going to have this company on too, a investor property website that is now live in America. And it's only for people that buy and sell wholesale, share sales, and flip properties. There's nothing of its kind. So we're white labeling it through Velocity Money, which is really cool. And then I met you guys, and America's afraid of debt. And America should be afraid of debt, right? Because, the banks, the federal government, student loan companies are making all the money on the debt that we pay. So with Velocity Money, my big thing is that everybody needs 3 pieces of real estate to retire. And we want to use the bank's money to buy the property. We want to use the tenant's money to pay off the property. And then we show them an accelerated way to pay that loan off quicker using somebody else's money. Now, Rick and Dusty are going to explain their product because it's how to get rid of debt sooner. And when I heard Rick speaking, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Because if we use the bank's money to buy the property, we use the tenant's money to pay off the property, and his program accelerates that process with somebody else's money, and or we take some of our own money to pay down our debt. Holy cow, we really have something. So
True.
Maybe, Rick, you want to just give a little explanation of what the product is and how it works.
Sure. Basically, it's called the Money Max account, and what it does, I think that where we both had the connection was the velocity of money, and we talk about velocity banking. The whole thing about velocity is says something's fast, and that's the idea. We can get money in, we can get the retirement money fast, we can get our debt paid off fast. That's what we can do. And so we started in the mortgage business in the 90s, but what we did is we quickly turned into a consumer services company. Today, what we do is the only thing that we do is we show families how to go ahead and cancel as much as 75% of the interest that they'll pay on mortgages, along with other debt as well. And so when you think about where the rates are today, maybe north of 7% and supposed to be rising higher, they don't really know what that equates to in dollars. But one of the things that I mentioned that at Dusty's event is that really right there around 5.1, when you have an annual percentage rate of 5.1 or an interest rate, if that's what you want to call it, that's actually 100% dollars. So $400,000 home, $400,000 worth of interest. The bank wants to be able to get most of that in about the first 7 to 10 years. And that's where we come in. In showing families how to cancel interest, what we do is we show them how to keep as much as 75% of it, and our families completely pay off their mortgages, usually in the same time frame, 7 to 10 years. And so, and that's kind of like where we were at. Dusty, you had both of us at the event, and how about why you believe that what we're talking about is important for the listeners?
I truly believe that, it allows us to do other things. So as you pay off your mortgage, you become debt free, you have equity in your home. Now you can do some of the things that Frank has on the table, and it kind of for all of us closes that circle completely. So we'll help you get out of debt, and then we take that equity and reinvest it through Frank, and Frank can show you the way to get the investments.
Yeah, thank you. So let's break this. Let's create a wall in between so people really understand. So if you're a homeowner and you have a single family primary residence, condo, whatever it is, and America needs this product because we all want to pay off our mortgage sooner. Now, I was always a big believer that if we look at a pie chart, we just have to make sure we're not taking all of our excess capital and paying it towards the mortgage, because then we have no savings, right? We need some liquidity. Right? Their program helps with that. Then even more exciting, right? Because we have to go to work to pay for that, but it's going to work and it's accelerate. And real financial freedom comes when you don't, real financial freedom, according to like Robert Kiyosaki, and I follow those philosophies, is that when your passive investments, i.e. real estate, for example, gives you enough cash flow to pay all your bills at home, right? So you can wake up in January 1 and be like, I don't have to go to work this month because my cash flow gives me. Now, to take this program even further, and we're going to intertwine these products together, if we already have cash flow from our properties, right? Say we make $800 a month cash flow on one property or two properties, and then we implement this program. And really, the American dream is to pay off your primary residence first. Fine. Take the cash flow, implement the program, pay off your primary first. Now you have no mortgage on your primary, and then start chunking away on your investment. Or their program, Rick and Dustie, correct me if I'm wrong, will show them how to allocate these dollars, and then show every month how to allocate these dollars to pay the rent, to pay the debt down even sooner. So I actually think that's the brilliant part of this, because like America, when they have to think about it every month, oh, an extra 180 here, an extra 300 there, they just don't do it.
Yeah, I agree. The thing is that honestly, what most of us know about finance has actually been taught to us by the bank, and it's always been in the bank's favor. It's never been in ours. And so most of the people that I talk with tend to try to send extra money toward paying off their bills, and which is great. I kind of equate that to throwing darts. You're hitting the board every time you throw. You hope, right? But every now and then we know we don't even hit the board. But you're hoping that you hit the board every time. The difference with the Money Max account is that every dollar that you may want to send somewhere is actually hitting the bullseye. And so what that means for you in money is that you're getting the maximum interest deduction that you can get. In other words, let's say I say that you can keep 75 cents of every dollar that you think you're going to give to the bank in interest. Well, that bullseye is making sure that you're hitting that 75% number every single month. And the only thing that you do is like what you mentioned, Frank, is that you take some discretionary money, and now the system says, hey, here's what you want to do with it, not how you feel about it. I think I'll do this, or I feel this way. Maybe I should do this one or do that one. Not how you feel about it, but how to mathematically get to where you're trying to get to. Because there's only one fastest way to your destination, and that's Google Maps takes you that way, right? That's the fastest way. And there's only one fastest way to debt free, other than winning the lottery. Okay, we're all debt free if we win the lottery this week, right? And but other than winning the lottery, there's only one way to be able to not have an injunction. You don't need more money than you're getting right now. You don't have to rent out the kids or rent out a room. You don't have to do any of that kind of stuff, right? You just need to be able to use what you currently have, and you need to be able to use it efficiently. That's what the Money Max account is. And so maximum impact of every single dollar.
So beautiful. Rick, so I'm not having to get a HELOC or any kind of extra loan to make the program work, correct?
Correct. You don't need anything except for a checking and savings account and the system itself. If you've got a HELOC, okay, we'll work with it. But think about it. Even if you've got a HELOC, a lot of people, what they do is they grab a HELOC, and what do they do for the first 10 years? The draw is typically interest only. And really what we're trying to do is we're trying to show families the interest dollar is up for grabs. You'll build a retirement for you with the interest dollars, or you'll build a retirement for the bank. You can keep the interest dollars. And I will tell you, effectively, most of our clients pay less, Frank. Okay, most of our clients pay less than 1% interest across the board on all their debt. So think about a mortgage that was only at 1%. How happy would you be? You'd be pretty darn excited. That's as close to a 0% mortgage as you can get. Well, that's what we do for our clients. And you don't have to start there. You start wherever, Frank, wherever you get them in at. You get them in at 6, 6.5, 7, 8. It doesn't matter where you get them in at. We're going to use the discretionary money that they have, okay, appropriately applied, exactly where it's supposed to go, okay, on the timing that it's supposed to go, into the creditor that it's supposed to go to. And what that does is it shows them how much interest it will cancel every single month for them, is what it'll do. They can go into your mortgage thinking that it's going to be a 30-year loan before they even get into the title company, thinking that it's going to be a 30-year loan, knowing that it's going to be done in 6 years, 5 years, whatever.
Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think the key is keep, the simplicity of it. Like when people are confused, they just don't take action. Correct. So if you guys do a live demo or whatever, or you meet with a client and then you run the analysis for them, it's keeping it simple for them, because if it's overcomplicated, they're just going to stick their head in the sand. That's just what happens. And that's the biggest problem I run into with these clients. Like, in Florida, especially New Jersey, New York, where a lot of my clients are, they have equity in their homes, but they're afraid to buy real estate because they don't know how. Like, everybody thinks about flipping and appreciation, and I'm like, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with cash flow and yield. And so, I've created a program that hopefully is more simple for people to understand what the right property is to buy and what the right property isn't. And then if we could implement your program with them on the personal primary residence debt, and also potentially some investment properties either that they already have or are going to have, man, that's really the American dream. Because my thing is, like, take a 30-year fixed, pay it off in 20 with the tenant's money, or maybe pay it off in 15. But if we could get them involved in your stuff and they could pay it off in 7 or 8 or 10, they just got 10 years younger.
Well, that's just it. That's exactly right. We actually show clients, we actually have a model where we can show them you can add 15 rental properties and have them all paid for in 20 years. And so that's without how you're able to help them. That's what's so exciting. The idea that you're able to help them on one end and we're able to help them on the other end. The idea, we all know, use someone else's money, use the bank's money to grow. Okay. Well, so then the only thing you want to do is you want to make sure you manage the money. Don't pay more interest than you have to. And that's where we come in. We're going to cancel as much of the interest as we can possibly cancel for them. And they know how much that is up front before they even make the investment. And so it's beautiful thing to see for folks.
I love it. How do they get in touch with you? Jasmine could put it across the screen. Email address, phone number.
Yeah, they would get in touch really with Dusty is who they would want to contact. And so she is basically one of the coordinators for the entire state of Florida. And so if somebody really wanted to go ahead and see for themselves, like right now, if you have a mortgage and you have interest on your mortgage, if you have student debt, if you have credit cards, if you have car loans, if you have debt that has interest, think about what it would be like to be able to go ahead and keep 75% of it. It could literally mean hundreds of thousands of dollars you keeping in your own bank account. And so Dusty is who they would contact. So Dusty, do they have your email?
Let me give it to you. It's Dustie, DUSTIE 15 @gmail.com. Or you can reach me by cell phone at 813-294-0645.
I hope your phone rings off the wall.
Either way. Either way. So your next step would really be doing a personal savings report. It's a complimentary service. We just run your numbers. We explain the program a little more in depth to you. And we can show you what the Money Max account will do for you personally. So when you see that, all the magic starts to happen.
Amen.
Love it. Well, we're going to share this with our audience. We have a big following in New York and New Jersey too. A bunch of people in Texas, California, Utah. So, and you are good in all states with this program, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. So anywhere in the country, anybody could do it. Dusty's super organized because I've done a bunch of live events with her, and and Rick's obviously the product guy and really good at presenting and explaining it, because as soon as I And I tell you the truth, I was having a bad morning that morning. And I was like, I don't even want to go to this thing. I got to speak. And you were speaking, Rick. And I'm like, wow, I like this guy. He's doing a really good job of explaining this product. And it's because you're passionate about the product. You know your stuff. And it's a great product.
Yeah,
So
it is a great product. Yep.
Yeah.
Great product. And I'm going to use it myself. You know, we got 2 kids starting college next year, 1 kid in college this year. And, you know, it's all about getting rid of the debt. It doesn't matter what you make. It's what is your monthly overhead and how do you eliminate that? And I'm at the point in my life where I'm like, I'm sick of monthly overhead. I'm sick of it. And we're gonna, you know, and then it's like anything else, right? When you attack something, you get results. And that's what this program does.
That's true. You know, technology is designed to make our lives easier. That's the whole purpose behind technology. And so the idea that you could actually have a banking algorithm, and we were like you, okay, we're all lenders, right? We were all lenders. We know something about the lending business. And so the idea that the lenders would actually show you how to beat out the lenders, it's pretty amazing, I think.
Yeah, it's great.
It's just a marvelous thing to be able to go ahead and do for someone. I would hope that it's life-changing, honestly, Frank, is what it really is. You know, I can't tell you, you know, most people get into debt when they're like somewhere between like 18 and 21 years old. And they say that they're going to do a good job and manage it, and they'll pay some extra and they'll get it done really quick. And then all of a sudden they have children, then they have a mortgage, then they have a second vehicle. They've got, okay, now the kids need braces. They had the best of intentions. They just didn't ever find a way. Yeah, they didn't find their way. But the truth is that anybody, if they've still got 10 years of life left in them, they can have the end that they've always wanted to have.
Yeah.
No, I like that.
Well, they can. It's you can have 3. Frank, you're able to help them find 3, 4 homes that you don't have to have 15 or 20 homes paid for. 3 or 4 homes that were bought and paid for that you can now cash flow. All of a sudden, you're 60 years old and you've got $8,000 a month coming in of residual income month in, month out. That's what this system's capable of doing. That's why the marriage is so important, that they can actually find the real estate, find the mortgage money. And then, you know, Frank doesn't care if you're canceling the interest. So he doesn't care about that. He wants you to be able to cancel the interest because it makes you a better investor, is what it does. And so why not save where we can save? And I just want families to find the freedom that they're looking for.
Yeah,
life happens to everybody. And
it does, and that's kind of where my heart is. When I got in the mortgage business in 2001, I was looking at people's finances, and I'm like, you know, America has less than 3 months reserves. Typically, America typically has credit card debt, 20,000 per household, and you know, my heart is to help people. So the first thing I did was I said, I'm going to create a program, and I trademark 3 products that allow us to show America how to buy a few pieces of real estate, right? Because it's the power and leverage of the bank's money, right? You're buying an asset with $1, but you can buy 10 times the dollar by using bank loans. See, that's the problem. Is America doesn't understand the difference between an owner-occupied mentality and investor mentality. So what happens is they go, well, I don't want more debt. Well, no, it's not more debt. It's cash flow property, and you're using the debt to create wealth. Now, if we can mix in there a program that pays that debt off quicker with someone else's money, holy cow. It's amazing. So not yet, but probably in a matter of a few weeks, maybe a month, because my main person, Jasmine, is actually going away for a little while because she's getting married and there's this whole thing. She's going to Vietnam. And anyway, she's going to be gone for a little while. But when she comes back, we're going to get the link to your website on the Velocity Money website as, you know, one of our affiliate vendors. And this way, when people see stuff like this, boom, click on it, get a live demo from you guys, and we'll rock and roll. And I'm excited because if we can help 10,000 Americans also pay down debt 50% faster, wow, are we making an impact on people's lives?
Oh, yeah.
We are.
Absolutely. Sure. It's the goal, man. That is really the goal.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, thank you, guys. You have
this
information on the screen. And it was a pleasure. We'll be doing a lot of things together. I'm really, really excited. And I appreciate the opportunity today to share your product. And we'll see everybody soon.
Great.
Thanks. See you later.
Thanks, Dusty.